John Beaudin, Rock History book, and today in Rock History, it's just the craziest day. We started doing this on July 4th of this year, and we've had some days, some days you have 3 birthdays. Sometimes you have to stretch, you have to go into country, but today is the most birthdays we've ever had. This is a crazy day, and you saw the title. He almost became a chartered accountant. Instead, he changed rock. You know who that is. But in about 60 seconds, we'll get to it, and we'll talk about it. 1924, Jim Reeves, U.S. country singer, the first country singer to cross over into the pop charts, was born. He died on July 31st, 1964, in a plane crash, something I'd completely forgotten about. Born on this day in 1942, Isaac Hayes could take a short song and turn it into a 40-minute song. Yeah, he was just known for doing that. But he's Shaft, remember? Yeah, of course. Oh, a wrong camera angle. That's not a bad camera angle, actually. We'll go back to that one. In 1941, Dave Brock, British progressive rock singer, multi-instrumentalist from Hawkwind. That picture did not work. I tried to put it on. Was born in 1944. John Povey, English musician, Pretty Things, Electric Banana. Born in London. Let's see if number 4 works. There you go. The pictures are working again. Ralph Hunter, German musician, best known for a lead singer of keyboardist, founding member of Kraftwerk. Man, used to buy their stuff back in the old days, back in the mid 70s. Oh, here we go. Here he is. Jimmy Pankow, 1947. He was a good-looking guy there's nothing wrong with Robert Lamb was a pretty good-looking guy, but, Jimmy Pankow, he was the guy in Chicago, and he's still with them. Born on this day, 1947. Really. The guy had they always put him up in front, too, a lot of the times. Look at this in Chicago. This is near the end of the Peter Cetera era. And there he is right in front. You know what? He plays the horns, but he's right there in front because he looks the way he does. And he wrote some songs and great songs with the band. So good for him. Always one of my favorite members. I used to think he was the lead singer because I remember going, he's always up in front. He must be like a singer or something. In 1947, Dave Lasley, who was, let me see if I've got a picture for him. I should, but I got on here so fast. Maybe I don't. Oh, here, I do. There he is, Dave Lasley. American recording artist, singer, songwriter, background singer for James Taylor, but also for Bonnie Raitt, Luther Vandross, Chic, Aretha Franklin, Dionne Warwick, Boz Scaggs. He was born on this day. He died on December 9th, 2021, just not that many months ago. Interesting thing about the background singers for James Taylor, and let's just look at the big show in 92, when he was kind of on top of his game, I'd say, after the initial push of the 70s and in the 80s. This is the people that were on stage with him on that famous James Taylor Live. James Taylor, of course. Michael Landau on electric guitars. He's the guy who played Too Late to Say Goodbye with Richard Marx. Man, it's incredible. But I saw this tour at the P&E in Vancouver with my then girlfriend Andrea, and we were on an outside concert. It was fantastic. But Don Grolnick, who was on that stage, Don Grolnick was his musical director, played acoustic piano, died in 96. Clifford Carter was there on keyboards. Jimmy Johnson, bass guitar. Carlos Vega, drummer, great drummer, died in 1998. Valerie Carter, major problem with drug addiction most of her life. Great singer, though. He was actually at an anniversary of her getting sober. James Taylor showed up. Backing vocals, died in 2017. David Lasley, as we talked about, died in 2021. Katie Markowitz is still with him. She's an amazing singer. And Arnold McCuller, another amazing singer. What was the title of our video again? Oh, wrong one. Hold on, let me find them. Let me find the picture. What kind of production is this place? Here we go. Nope. There he is. Ah! Crazy. If you don't press the right buttons, what happens to you? Robert Plant, British rock musician. He wasn't even the first choice. I mean, they wanted Steve Winwood. He was one of the first choices in Led Zeppelin. But they ended up with this guy. Did okay, huh? I think so. Well, Robert aspired to become a chartered accountant. His father wanted him to be an accountant. Robert Plant trained for 2 weeks and decided, this ain't my job. Maybe I have something bigger to do. Nothing wrong with being a chartered accountant, but I think he made the right decision. I mean, the fact that on the first album, people thought that maybe he wasn't the right singer. I look at that and I'm going, what are you, crazy? But, you can't please everybody. And in the long run, and just last week he said he wouldn't be satisfied playing Led Zeppelin at this time of his life. He's a lot to say of that, man. He's Robert Plant. Back off, Robert Plant. Good for him. 1949, John Hyatt, American singer-songwriter, Have a Little Faith in Me. I was just listening to that song before I came on the air. Born in Indianapolis, Indiana. Fantastic, just crazy-ass great musician. Another guy, Phil Lynott, Irish rock singer, bass player for Thin Lizzy. The Boys Are Back in Town. Jailbreak. Remember Jailbreak? Anyway, he was born on this day. He died in 1986, only 36 years old. As far as I know, they're still making that documentary on Phil. I hope that's happening, or it might be just a live act. I don't know if it's not live action, but maybe it's a drama. I hope so. In 1952, Rudy Gatlin, American singer for the Gatlin Brothers, Broken Lady, born in Texas. There's my Sharona. There's Sharona. 1952, Doug Fieger, American singer, songwriter for the Knack My Sharona, born in Oak Park, Michigan. He died in 2010. I keep forgetting. I don't know why it was so hard for me to sort of get around the fact that Doug had passed away. I kept expecting, I don't know, more or what? No, now and then when someone dies, you go, no, that can't be. That's got to be wrong. Well, I was like that with Doug Fieger. 1956, Rick Olson, American rock guitarist for Berlin, Take My Breath Away, was born. Man, it's busy today. Oh, this was sad. 1966, Dimebag Darrell Abbott, American heavy metal guitarist for Pantera, born in Arlington, Texas. He died. He was murdered on stage. On this channel, we did a whole thing on it. In 2004, that was just tragic. And he wasn't the only one killed that day. In 1970, Fred Durst, American singer, Limp Bizkit, born in North Carolina. Well, happy birthday to him. He's still around, of course. Look at this face. Oh, you're saying, why is Amy Adams on here? Well, Amy Adams is a singer as well. She started musical theater way back when. American actress and singer, Arrival, Man of Steel, American Hustle, born in Italy. I didn't know that. I just learned that right now. One of my favorite singers, by the way, I don't say this enough, Jamie Cullum, English singer-songwriter, piano player. He's also got a radio show, born in England in 1979. You know what? He's not a tall man, but man, he's like 8 feet tall when it comes to me. I mean, that voice, if you don't know Jamie Cullum, look him up on Spotify or Apple or whatever the heck you got. He's just amazing. Oh, I left Amy on here. Oh, no, got to change it. Hold on a second. Give me a second here. There you go. There you go from Amy to my face. Not a good segue. 1985. Michael Schumann, American rock musician, best known for playing bass with the Queens of the Stone Age. Joined in 2007. Oh, we've got this lady. Oh, look at that. What an incredibly, incredibly beautiful woman she is. She started in acting with, the Disney stuff. And now all I can say about Demi Lovato, who was born on this day in 1992, is who gives her advice for her career? Because there's always one deep vacuous hole of emotional lead ready to suck the life right out of your headline after another. It's just, I don't know. It's like somehow she thinks she's got to release, everyone does this big headline to sort of get attention for the music that she releases. I didn't think she was a bad actress. I thought she shouted a lot when she sang. I don't appreciate anything she does as a singer, but that's my personal taste. I don't get it. I think she has a lot of followers. That's probably why I don't. I just read a thing today about her and an ex-boyfriend of hers who's also an actor saying, oh, her new song's about him. And all the comments on this, I mean, 95% of the comments were going, why won't this woman go away? I didn't say that. I don't care. What is she always doing this for? What's going on? And we don't report on our, singers of that ilk on this channel. But, I mean, she is the camp rock girl. Remember that? But kooky. I don't know who gives her advice. I don't know why she does this. 1995, I'm okay now. Paul Foster, American singer, Stolsters, dies at 75. Also in 95, Orville Red Rhodes, American session pedal steel guitarist, dies at 64. Oh, we got a picture for this one. There he is. Bobby Sheehan, American bassist, blues traveler, dies of a drug overdose at 31 years old. Crazy. Larry Knechtel, who was in Bread, was also a major studio musician, died in 2009. Died of a heart attack. He's a great player. I mean, you look at the best of Bread. He's the blonde guy on there. In 2016, Matt Roberts, American rock guitarist, Three Doors Down, dies of a prescription drug overdose at 38 years old. 2008, Eddie Willis, American guitar and sitar player, Funk Brothers, dies of polio complications. One of my favorite interviews. And he was sick when I interviewed him, Frank Benelli of Quiet Riot. At that point when I interviewed him, he was the last surviving member of the band, last original member of the band, I should say. And, come on and feel the noise. Died of pancreatic cancer at 68. When I talked to him, it was probably less than a year before he died. And he said, and he brought it up. I wasn't talking about death, and it hadn't been released yet that he was sick. That he says, I hope they play Led Zeppelin on my grave. I hope people come up to my grave and play Led Zeppelin. There you go. Good guy. I really enjoy talking to him. May he rest in peace. Oh, let's put this on. I did not know this till today. Shannon came up with this. In 2021, Tom T. Hall, American country singer, took his own life with a shotgun to the head in 2021. I don't know how I missed that, but I used to like his music. I'm not a big country fan, but I like old country. And there they are. In 1965, Rolling Stones released their single, I Can't Get No Satisfaction, their first number one U.S. hit. And that was released in the UK. In 1969, hold on, sorry, Rolling Stones, we have to get rid of you there. 1969, after finishing I Want You, She's So Heavy, the Beatles worked on the running order of the Abbey Road album. There's another one. Bob Dylan released Slow Train Coming, including Gotta Serve Somebody. The album distanced many of his longtime fans way back. I remember that when it was released. I almost bought it. I know it now, but I didn't buy it back then. 1988, Steve Winwood went to number one with the album Roll With It, his fifth solo album. I didn't buy that. I know it now, but I didn't buy it at the time. 2000, Janet Jackson went to number one in the U.S. singles charts with Doesn't Really Matter. In 2000, Nelly started a 5-week run at number one with Country Grammar. 66, Beatles were pelted with Rotten Fruit during a Memphis concert. 1990, Aerosmith made an appearance at the Marquee Hall, London. Guitarist Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin joined them on stage. 1988, Guns N' Roses, Iron Maiden, Kiss, David Lee Roth, Megadeth, Guns N' Roses. Shannon put that on twice. At Halloween, we're at this year's Monsters of Rock Festival in England. Tragically, 2 rock fans died at the event. And I think that's it. Today in history. Whew! Man! I gotta have a nap now. What's going on? Anyway, thanks everyone for joining us. We appreciate you coming on. I hope I got on the right channel. Hold on. Let me see. What do I got here? I got some comments from you. Thank you. Let me just get back to that. Good. Melody R. Melody, you're such a sweetheart. Thank you for supporting us always. Mark Burchett, Afternoon, John. And he says, hi, Melody. She says, Mark Burchett, Lovato can get Otto. Yeah. I don't get Demi Lovato. I don't get why. That's just, why go into the dirt all the time? Why always have all my songs about that? Is she trying to pull a Taylor Swift? Is that what it is? The problem is you should read the headlines. And the headlines I read today from this ex-boyfriend, I forget the guys from the 70s show, was like, ugh. People kept saying, I don't care. Why does she keep doing this? I don't know. Fraser J. Hey, John. Hope you're okay, especially Danica. She's okay today. St. Blazy Model World. Hey, John. And all in the chat, Mark Burchett. Okay, I want to thank someone. I don't know if I'm allowed. I don't know if I can do that on here. Hold on. A while ago, someone let me see if I can get it here. Let me see. It's just, I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. Hold on. Nope. Oh yeah, Jeffrey Jackson. Thank you so much for your donation. That's probably the largest donation we ever received today. That was incredibly kind of you. Thank you. It's rare when we get a bit, usually times are hard. People will put, we're not talking thousands here, so people don't go and think we're rich now. But it was the largest donation we ever received. Don't want to mention the amount, but thank you so much. That was very, very kind of you. One of the things we're trying to do, of course, is grow the channel. That's the biggest thing. We just on the verge of buying a new computer, which we've done thanks to you. But when we do this every single day, I enjoy doing it. That's why I do it. And as I mentioned, I learn an awful lot when I do this. Shannon certainly learns a lot more than me because just not her lane necessarily. She'd rather be a host and not. But I said, well, you have to immerse yourself in rock and roll. And she's enjoying doing it. So anyway, Jeffrey, thank you. That was very, very kind of you today. We appreciate that. There are links in the description if you ever want to help us out. That's cool. So thank you for Today in History. I like to do them live on the weekends. I like to wave my hands a lot like this. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Let me get back to... Anyway, thanks, folks. I'm going to go work on... What are we working on? Roger Dean. Putting more stuff on our Patreon. You can join our Patreon. I'm going to put a lot of new stuff. Mark Farner's coming up. Mark Burchett. I plan on sending you a gold donation on payday, John. Oh, thank you. It's all PayPal. Yeah, we have PayPal. It's in the top. The PayPal links are always at the very top of the description of all our videos. And that's what. So anyway, Jason Sheff has been the best interview yet. Oh, thanks, Fraser J. We talked for 3 hours. That's a long time to talk to a guy. But we just flowed. It doesn't always happen. There's certain interviews with big artists that by 40 minutes, I kind of had enough. And there's no disrespect to them. I'm just I don't feel the energy anymore. Maybe they don't do long interviews as well, but no disrespect to them. But with Jason, I just felt, and he felt the same way, that, we just got along incredibly well. Like two guys who kind of got each other a little bit. So there you go. Thank you very much. Make sure you like our videos. Share them if you know someone whose birthday is August 20th. Robert Plant's birthday. He could have been a chartered accountant. What the heck? I'd like to, my favorite accountant, Robert Plant, please. Probably gets a lot of chartered accountant jokes. No, he probably does. Anyway, take good care, guys. See you tomorrow.